Hello, here we are, once again, working on Sandbox logic. So exciting. We're in the Logic Board Pro. Working on this yesterday. I need to move all this logic over to the Misty Mountain, which we have open here. So far, all I've gotten done is the industrial refiner, and I think I got it pretty much figured out. As long as I didn't make any mistakes. Um, I worked a little bit on this after I worked maybe like another hour on this after stream yesterday, and I have the gem refiner, or I have the silver refinery and the gold refinery done, I think. Now I'm working on the gem refiner, and then I have to do the diamond, and then all the rules should be done, and I should be able to copy them over. So I left myself a little sticky note right here. Let me know that's where I stopped working yesterday. So I think we're pretty good here. We're all starting at the 20 because it's 60. There's only 3, so we're starting at this tier. 60, 40, 20, 10, 5. Alright, so this is where I left off. So we're just fixing up all the messages so that they'll work for gem, the gem refiner. So we're changing all these to the gem. Just super simple to change. Just change up all these messages so that they work for the gem refiner. So this is some new logic that we're doing for the Misty Mountain. I really hope everybody enjoys this logic. Should add a lot of playability to the game, and this is basically the bonus, yeah. And then we'll do the diamond one. We'll try to copy it all over and see what happens. RNG -1, RNG -2, RNG -3, RNG 1. So I need to fix these because, let me see. So we're on the gem. Okay. So sand has to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 50/50s. That's what this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dirt has to do 1, 2, 3, 4 50/50s. Clay has to do 3. Gravel has to do 2. Stone has to do 1 50/50 before we get to tier 0. Okay. I'm just making sure I did this right before I signed off yesterday. So, refine gem RNG. So I did put gem in there, so I must have got it. Maybe. Dirt. Dirt's got 4, so it's gonna go in right here. RNG 0. RNG -1. RNG -2 sounds right. RNG -3 sounds right. RNG 1. Magma RNG 1. It's gonna have to be -4 for the magma. -4. -3 for the stone. Let's see where that ends up. Should be 150/50. Alright, I think we're good now. 2 50/50s, 3 50/50s, 4 50/50s, 5 50/50s. Gems. Alright, now I just need to change all these over to the gem. So yeah, hopefully Bruno has all the refiners to play with tomorrow. 7 different refineries that all have different drop tables. And then you can use your educational sand through your educational magma to try to get bonuses through the refineries. So it'll be a pretty cool mechanic, I hope. It's going to be a little clunky, and I'm not sure if people are going to ask me to make it better because I'm using an asker for the input. Because there's 6 different resources you can enter into it. And in the old days, I used HUD logic to do shops, like shops in the HUD, so you can do everything. But it wasn't intuitive at all. People could not learn how to use HUD shops for the most part, especially first-time users. So for sake of first-time user experience and everything, and I'm just using askers to input it, and hopefully that's not too much of a bottleneck. Okay, so that is it, I think. You get the emerald, the sapphire, the ruby out of the gem refinery. So all we have left is the diamond refinery. So if I take the gem refinery here and I duplicate it, I have a nice where to start. We'll rename this to the diamond refinery. It's the diamond refinery board. Just gotta change all the messages to diamond. This is the last refinery. Let's go. So we've got a couple askers. And this one's gonna be a diamond. Let's copy diamond. Refinery. This is a diamond refinery. Diamond? Diamond. Diamond. It's like this little weird bug where interact pops up here. Not sure what makes it happen. So refine.diamond dot next. So refine.diamond dot next goes into the next asker. And that is going to allow us to decide to sell our gravel, stone, magma. Now we need to do this toggle. So what can we drop here? We can drop diamonds. So there is a white diamond. There's a refined diamond drop 0 if we get nothing. There's a white diamond, there's a blue diamond, and there is a red diamond. And then refined diamond sand, yes. Refined diamond dirt, yes. Clay, yes. Gravel, yes. Stone, yes. Magma, yes. Okay. So there's the toggle and the askers. All done. Alright, so we're just changing the messages. Get all the messages changed, and then we'll look at the odds. We're changing this gem word to diamond. That's how I've been changing all the messages for all the different refiners. Since I'm using periods in between my messages, I can just like double click on the word gem to highlight that word and then just paste in the new word. It's pretty slick working with Logic Board Pro. You can make rules pretty quick, for sure. It can be a little disorienting getting used to everything and the way the little differences. Like in Sandbox, you can type in a message and then go make sure that you're using the right message. Here, you just have to be a little more careful. But it's definitely worth using and getting used to. Just have to be a little more careful, probably. Alright, so those were the pre-rolls, the pre-50/50s and whatever, and then here we get to the tier rolls. So for the diamond refinery, there's only 3 drops. So tier 0, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Okay, so let's change these messages. Let's get all this done. So if this one drops, it's going to give us the white diamond. Sure. This one is going to be the big boy. The red diamond. This one's the runner-up, which makes it the blue diamond. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So for the gem one, you can see that it's 50-50s. It's always been 50-50s for the most part. But for this one, it's less than 50-50. So you got a 25% chance. So what does that mean we gotta do? So here's our 50-50s. You just throw them in at the right time with the right message. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 50-50s. So instead of using 50s, we're going to use 25s. The way I have this set up, I just used less than or equal to. This is the winners, so that it's just easier to understand the math. Instead of saying like the like going the other way, we're saying 75 makes 25 because there's 25 more left. Anyway, so usually I've just been doing it like this for this project. So if it's less than or equal to 25, then we're going to keep going. If it's greater than 25, then nothing. 25, 25. If it's less than or equal to 25, then we're going to keep on going. If it's greater than 25, then we're done. Just a second, I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. My dog has gotten out. Okay. So we're changing these to 25 percentages. So this is the diamond refinery. Not very likely that you're going to get a diamond out of sand. You have to win 5 25% rolls first before you even get a chance to get a no drop. So yeah, essentially 6 25% rolls in a row. Pretty crazy. Not impossible though. Okay, so those are the 25s. I think all the messages will just line up then. Everything's still gonna fall in the same place. That's pretty cool. So let's just finish off the messages then. The weirdest songs pop in my head when I'm sitting in the quiet. Easy peasy flying through this. We're starting the odds in 20 because that's where since there's only 3, that's where the first tier roll is for. 20% chance. They're all going to start with the 20, so that's nice and easy. Cooking with gas now. This is magma. So this is the last thing. We can go and put it into the GameMaker. What's up, Wicked? Good to see you in chat. Thanks for being here. Hope you're having a good day. You're having an amazing day. Let's export this. This is my favorite part of the logic. Well, this isn't my favorite part, but this is a cool part. How when you save here, you can see it getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. If Roxy was here, he'd say that's what she said. So now I have to put this stuff in the GameMaker. Nazman, what's up? Yesterday when we started, we only had the amateur refiner done. Yesterday we worked on the professional refiner, getting it over here, and then as soon as I had this in the logic board, boom, I made 4 other boards pretty quick. We just finished the last one. It does not take a lot of time once you wrap your head around it. Pretty awesome. So let's put my money where my mouth is. Okay, yeah, so I put this one together. I think Yeah, we got good momentum. Industrial. Industrial next. So the next one is the silver. So that just gives you silver. So I'm going to duplicate these and bring it over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab this one. It's the silver refinery. Copy that. Let's get rid of this. And then use this replace function. Just super nice, super convenient. We have the silver refinery, which we're going to replace. Boom. Now what that does is it kept all that logic in there, but that's not such a big deal. Because what I'm going to do... So we're working on the silver. Silver refinery. Pop over here. Okay. So if you click this here, and you go down the bottom, we can copy the logic. This is the first asker. You working? This is the first asker, so we can paste that. Oh, okay. So silver, silver. Oh, no. Oh yeah, I didn't do the toggle yet. So then we'll come back over here. We'll grab the toggle, copy logic, and then we'll paste in the new toggle. Yep, all the silver. And then we will grab the second asker, copy the logic, and put it on this pole. Ooh, just pulled my headphones off my head. Paste. So now that's all silver. I'm going to say this is the silver asker 2. And then we need to make the game board for it. Also, yesterday I was like working out some bugs. So I'll show you guys how I used the Logic Board Pro to make changes to my game. How I have been using it instead. How I used to do things. So if we check out our boards here, we can see that we're on the professional refinery board. And let's actually go to the amateur now. Amateur is what I did here. So we're going to stay on the professional. And what I'm actually going to do is delete all the rules here, because I made some changes. So I'm going to go to the professional refinery, and we can see that there are 61 rules on this board. There's 61 rules on this board. So we want to make sure we select all 61 of them. So 61 rules selected. We're going to copy that. And so instead of trying to find the rule that in here, I just delete everything. I copy everything again and paste it in. The main, I mean, you don't have to do that. You can set it up just how it is on your other board, but the main reason I do that is I really don't edit anything in here anymore. I edit everything in the Logic Board Pro, and then I'll just like put all the rules back in. And it's way easier than trying to find your mistakes in here and fix them. So that's how I do it. I just keep them all in one group, and whenever I want to make a change, I just delete them all and I paste them all right back in. All right, give me a second. I think my dog's ready to come back in. All right, crisis averted. The dog is back home. Industrial refiner. So, same thing we're doing here. We're gonna highlight all the rules and just delete them all for this board. Then we're gonna pop over to the industrial refinery board. And we can see that this board has 67 rules, so we want to make sure that we highlight them all. Select the 67. So we have all 67 rules, and we're going to copy that. So these are all deleted. And now I'm going to paste them back in. So now we need to work on the next two boards here. Next we'll do the silver. All right, so let's add a board. We got a new board. Silver refinery. Perfect. So with the silver refinery, we can see there's 38 rules. We've got 38 selected, so we're going to copy them. We're just going to paste them right on the silver board. Next board's going to be the gold refinery. 38 rules. We're going to copy them. 38. So we got them. With all the new boards, my GameMaker's been running really good. Except for when you open a bunch of boards in one play. But we do what you gotta do. We do what we gotta do. Gold refinery. Alright, so we're making the gold refinery board. Make sure I have control of it. We're gonna paste it in there. After gold, we're gonna do the gem refinery. This one has 61 rules in it. So we're gonna copy 61 rules. We're gonna be patient. We're just gonna sit here and wait patiently. We're not gonna panic. We're just gonna continue to wait patiently. We want to add a new board called the Gem Refinery. And then let's hop over to that board. So I already selected these 61 rules at the gem refinery board. And we're working to get over to this board. All right. So we've got control. We're going to paste it in there. So while that's working on pasting the gem, wait, did that? Oh yeah, it's working. All right, now we're gonna go grab our diamond refinery. This one also has 61 rules, so we're gonna copy 61. So yeah, it can be a little monotonous copying over all the rules, but I promise it's less monotonous than building the whole thing in the game rules, that's for sure. I know it's not sometimes not the most exciting stuff to stream, but it's what it's like making games in the GameMaker for me, so this is it. This is how exciting it is. All right, the gem refinery in there. And we're going to do the new one, which is the diamond refinery. Dun dun dun. Uh-oh. It added in some new variables, which shouldn't be a problem. I don't think it'll be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. I wonder why it added in some new variables, though. Repasting. Okay. So we just put in like less than 10 minutes. It took me longer to do all the rules, obviously, but we imported the silver refinery, the gold refinery, the gem refinery, and the diamond refinery. Hundreds, well, a couple hundred rules probably. And there's the diamond logic. It's all done. So now we can close out of here. As long as I didn't make any mistakes, which I probably did. Bonus drops. The refineries give you an extra chance at getting stuff from educational resources. So if you break a block and you get a no drop, or if you break a block without pickaxe health and you get a no drop, then you can bring those things to the refineries to have a chance at getting something else. Yep. So I just need to make the mechanical stuff for the gold, the gem, and the diamond, and do some testing, and hopefully Bruno's pretty excited about it tomorrow. I have to find spots on the map to put everything. Or I guess I can talk to Bruno too. So here we're gonna have the gold. We'll go to our logic board. So we need the askers and the toggles for this. So we got this asker. We grab this one here, it'll work. So paste. It's working on it. This is the gem wait. No. I don't want gem. I want gold. Alright. So there we've got the asker. And here we have the toggle. And here we have the other asker. Paste. Perfect. Now let's go do the gem. Okay, here's the gem refinery. Also, for now, I want these all to be just working. Everybody's just working. Everybody's refining. Just always be refining. There we go. So now we're gonna go grab that gem one. We'll grab the first asker. All right. So what's next? Whoops. What's next on the agenda for working on after the refiners? Well, there might be another mechanic for selling your resources. I have to talk to Bruno again, decide if we're gonna do that. We have the intro to the game. I want to make an intro to the game. For the first time user experience. The first time user experience tutorial. We need to do that. And then after that stuff is done, quests. And then how the quests are gonna lock up, like the refiners and stuff like that. How the geology quests are gonna block the quest lines. Stuff like that. So don't worry. If you like Misty Mountain, we got lots of Misty Mountain stuff we can work on for a long time. Probably all the way up to the Builder's Challenge. And also, if anybody else has any logic they would like to work on, now's the time to do that with our new Logic Board Pro tool. And I can also just send you the experience. So, in combination with how nice GameMaker is. We can just duplicate the experience and send it off. I'll build it with basic assets, so you can decorate it how you would like and do your own fine touches. And I can do all the hard work, the logic. So we're going to copy this asker. This is the last one. Paste in the asker. Copy the toggle. Paste in the toggle. Copy in the other asker. And paste in it on the other pole. So yeah, the type of logic that I usually can get into takes a little while to set up. Usually takes a little while to figure out what's going on, but yeah, once you get in a groove, it's usually just duplicating it and changing the messages. And man, this project, this Pro Logic Board Pro, if I ever call it the right thing, that'll be cool. It really speeds up the process of making this logic once you figure it out. It's amazing. I made the logic for all of these refiners in, I don't know, like 5 hours or less. And, you know, before it probably would have been at least a work week because, you know, you get bored and you get tired of doing the same thing over and over. It's so much faster now. So, yay! All right, we've been doing 52 minutes. We've been doing 52 minutes. Should we do a test and see if it works at all? I'm kind of scared. Oh yeah, the one thing I was gonna check out was see how many variables we made here. Looks like it might have just made one extra set of variables, which I don't think it'll bug anything. Check out my variables. Ooh, actually it is gonna change things. Why did you make a duplicate? Orange. So I might have to go through and this is definitely gonna change stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that fixed. Make sure it has the right variables. For some reason it duplicated it this time around, which I'll have to let CyberDragon know that it did it again. Hasn't been doing it since I first started using, but if you're gonna duplicate these variables, it's not gonna, these ones, the inventory, these ones have to be the correct inventory ones because the logic's plugged into it. If it was just the RNG stuff, I think it would be okay, but this is not right. So, no biggie. But it's going to take me a little while to get this all fixed because there's so many rules. But we're very close, and I'm sure I'll have it done for tomorrow for Bruno. No problem whatsoever. So there's always hiccups with new technology that can make things, I'm not going to say frustrating, because it's so nice. Just hiccups, things that you gotta get ironed out. So, but we'll probably just call it there. I'm sure my children are becoming restless, and I need to feed them some snacks or something, or make sure they're not writing on the walls and stuff. So I appreciate everybody hanging out. We'll be doing this again. Tomorrow's Lucky Minor Wednesday, so hang out with Bruno. Um, I'll be there. Don't worry. I'll be there with you. Maybe well, no, let's just stick to Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I missed streaming last week because I was doing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and that game was way too much logic. Turned into way too much logic. So I took some days off to make sure I got that done. But anyway, I love all of you very much. I'll see you tomorrow at Lucky Miner, and then I'll be here on Thursday again working on anything that you would like to, or we'll be working on Misty Mountain. So I appreciate everybody out there very much. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. We had a good game today. And I will talk to you later. Ooh, we got Sir Loiken. Oh, I can't talk. Nice. Thanks for the shout out. All right, I'll see you over there.